So Jake and I were super excited to come here to Sri Lanka, and you know what Sri Lanka said to us? What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Yeah,
we're gonna be posting all these vlogs and stuff on his channel. We're just gonna be filming a lot, but I'm sure you're wondering, and the fuck are we doing in Sri Lanka all of a sudden?
Right? Like,
the whole story starts about a week ago. About a week ago. I cringe at myself sometimes. My mom calls, she's like, hey, I'm in Sri Lanka, you guys wanna come to Sri Lanka too? Because she also ended up coming here pretty last second, like.
the moment she got a chance,
the moment there was
out.
a flight available for her to come fly to Sri Lanka, she flew to Sri Lanka. So suddenly we were like, hey, let's go be with our mom for a while. She's in Sri Lanka, which is one of our favorite place in the world.
Yeah.
And we decided to fly here. We called the embassy. She told us everything we need. Well, apparently everything we need. I called everybody, set up everything as well as I possibly could.
Let me tell you something. This guy planned it down to the T. To the T. Okay, he had all the files, all the papers, everything we needed. In one folder, he had everything. And then
so yeah. So our trip starts about what by now 48 hours ago.
Yeah.
We left our apartment. We had to take a train from Hanover down to Frankfurt
with a stop
in Köln or Cologne, as I'm sure a lot of you know it. And our train just didn't show up. That was the first fuck. Like we were expecting a train at 2:31, something along this line, or 2:15 or something a.m. And we were waiting. Didn't show up. We waited a little bit more.
How about insert clip? You guys hear that? Okay, so that was only in English. Well, I mean, I'm so sorry. It's so late at night right now. Like, what time is it?
Let me just show you guys the time real quick. Boom, 3:40 a.m. Sunday.
Okay, so that's why I accidentally said that's in English, but that was only in German. And I was just talking to Jake. We were sitting over here, and I just wanted to say it. Shut up! Fucking train.
Nach über Mainz Hauptbahnhof. Abfahrt 3 Uhr. Heute erste Klasse heute ohne Halt in Oppart.
Halt die Klappe! I'm very disappointed in Germany because traveling for people who only know English is so hard. Like, think about coming to the train station and just hearing that. Like, you're not gonna know jack shit. Like, I can understand a little bit because of like German courses and shit, but what?
Today.
What?
The train is arriving.
Bro, she's talking in English. After I was just going on about how they don't talk in English and that like it's so hard to fucking understand anything, and the bitch starts talking in English. She's listening to me. What the fuck is her deal, dude? You wanna fight?
Really early. Ooh. And our train, we didn't think it was gonna come. I feel like I look so weird right now, but anyway. Our train is here. So we moved on from the thing. We eventually just caught the next train, and
That was also heading to Frankfurt.
And we got there in better timing compared to our original train. So everything worked out for the best, you know?
Yeah,
great mood, we're in a good mood. We enjoyed ourselves at the train station for a while.
It was actually pretty funny, bro. We didn't get on the train we were supposed to get on.
But it lined more perfectly with our flights,
yeah,
right?
It's
strange.
And then there was a train going to Frankfurt. We were like, okay, guess we're getting on it. Yeah. We went on it and nobody came to check about tickets or anything. They just let us be. They saw that we had our suitcases and shit, so they just let us be in our compartment and we did our shit, you know?
Time is currently 4:13 a.m. What are you eating, bro?
Sandwich, bro.
What type of sandwich?
I was emptying the fridge and there was a buttload of fucking ham. So I just put loads of so I put like loads of fucking ham and bread. Right?
Yeah, bro, I have to have a bite of that. That is a fucking sandwich, bro.
Let me show you guys. Look at the meat to bread ratio. That's like all
That's just ham.
It's just ham. Okay, I also have to say something. Do you guys know something? So the AC thing is up there, and it's on hot. It's on all the way right where the like red temperature button is. So that means like it should be hot, right? But the AC is on, so it's really fucking cold in here, and the other rooms are all locked.
Bro, I look fucking blazed. How tired I am.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's pretty late. So I think we're
Meine
just.
Damen und Herren, wir kommen nun im Bonner Hauptbahnhof an. Steigen Sie bitte in Fahrtrichtung links aus.
Okay, so you guys want to know something funny? So just as I was complaining about how they don't talk in English, so we sat in the train and she started talking in English too, but she doesn't say exactly what she said in German. She just says the easy way of it. In English, she was just like, yeah, we're gonna be reaching the Bahnhof soon, so good. Like,
So in German, she was like, we hope you had a safe trip. Don't forget to take your bags and your belongings. We're gonna be punctual for the rest of the stations because they were fucking late. But but in English, she was just like, we hope you traveled well with the Deutsche Bahn.
yeah, like 3 words, and like it's just like in India, you know, like you can see the long translate. They'll say something long in Hindi, and then the guy will be like, he says thank you. like it's the same concept.
Yeah.
Cool. So we'll see you guys later.
We'll see you guys probably at the
Fuck you.
airport. Fuck you. Then we got to the Frankfurt airport. We had a couple hours to spare, but we were like, let's just go check in and do everything we need to go. So we went to the check-in guy. The guy was really nice, by the way, which
Really
I
nice.
think is the reason where we got into the situation we ended up in. But
yeah.
it comes down to the fact that we needed to have a PCR test to get into the country. A PCR corona test is one of the most accurate forms of testing there is when it comes to corona, for those of you who don't know. Yeah, so we're at the counter, we give him all our documents, everything checks out, everything seems okay. This is, by the way, the second person who's just completely ignored the fact that to get into the country we have to have a corona test.
Yeah, I mean,
The-
he was really vague about it. He was like, I think you need a corona test.
So what he did was he asked if we have a corona test. We said no, as far as we're concerned, we
Yeah.
don't need to have one. We
Yeah.
asked the embassy. Now when we called and spoke to the lady at the embassy, she explicitly said we don't need a corona test because we're going to be landing, immediately taken to the hotel, and we can do it there.
Yeah, he asked. He's
So
like, do you
when
have
he asked,
a
we just
PCR
told him the
test?
information that we were given.
Yeah.
So he's like,
I'll go check.
That's what
He said,
took-
I will go check.
That's what he took our vaccination passes, all the information that we had given to him, went to speak to his superior at Qatar Airways.
Came back and
Came
just
back
gave
and
the
he was like,
ticket.
yeah, it's all
He's like,
good.
yeah.
Gave us our boarding passes, said
Have
fuck
a
off to
great
Sri
flight,
Lanka.
you know? He was really chill. He was like, see
Yeah.
you. And then we met him again later when we were entering in. So
Everything was fine as far as we're concerned.
we were happy as Tom, Dick, and Harry.
We then flew to Doha, enjoyed some good food, slept.
Like, we slept like crazy.
Yeah,
Here's a couple of footage of us sleeping.
Yeah, particularly Asian sleeping.
Can do to make your flight more comfortable. Please feel free to let us know. Thank you.
This is an example of what we've been dealing with.
Which should be illegal. Illegal.
You guys have seen The Incredibles before, right? You remember Jack when he goes up with what's his name? The boy, Incredible.
Incrediboy.
So you know when like Incrediboy flies up and like Jack is like he takes Jack with him and Jack then like changes into like evil Jack. That's what I'm hearing right now. Listen,
Agree with me or not, they should like make people who wanted to bring kids in like this soundproof room you have to pay for the soundproof room. You know what I'm saying? So like if you want to travel with a kid, you like put it in the soundproof room, you know? Otherwise don't travel with a fucking kid. Right?
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's a little bit of peace.
Really? Like so many single people who just want to just chill. And we can't.
But yeah, you slept well. Didn't
Yeah, we slept in the train and
Plane.
both planes, both when we went to Doha and then from Doha to Sri Lanka, we slept really well. It was pretty comfortable.
So 10:15 p.m. we left our apartment and we arrived at Frankfurt at 7 in the morning. Long journey, right? We caught a flight, flew, got to Doha at 5 something their time. We had a 6-hour flight.
Yeah,
So
it was 5 in the evening.
that's what. So
Sun was going down.
by the time we landed in Sri Lanka, already since the point we left, we had
Practically done an entire day.
yeah.
Yeah, it had been an
It
entire
had been
day.
almost over 24 hours.
Yeah.
Because I remember I took a picture of him on the train sleeping and I put it on my Instagram story. By the way, follow us on Instagram. His Instagram is here, his is mine here. Yeah, so it had already been 24 hours by the time we were on the flight on the way to Sri Lanka from Doha. And when we landed, we were in a good mood, you know. We were finally in Sri Lanka. We were happy. Everything was good.
So happy.
So
you know,
we were so
we were talking to
obliviously happy.
everyone. We were just like, hi, how are you? Hi, Bhavan. Hi, how do you? Everyone was happy to see us. You know, we were in a great fucking mood.
And then, yeah,
Immigration
we get to
happened.
the immigration health desk, which is the immigration before the immigration.
1 second. We were standing in line for like so long, cause these flight attendants and the pilots and shit came, and they just cut our line. They just all went ahead of us. Fine,
Yeah, that's
we
fine.
waited. I mean, yeah, that's fine.
They do
we,
that every airport. They have
that's totally
to.
okay. We waited. We didn't mind waiting. The moment we got there, the guy says, "Where's your PCR test?"
And we were like, well, it's waiting for us at the hotel.
At the
'cause
hotel?
That's where we're gonna go take the PCR test.
And they were just shocked.
They couldn't fucking believe that we were there in the country without having a PCR test before.
They were just like, "How is this possible?"
And they were like, how did you do this? Like, how did you get through the everything?
They
Like,
thought we were doing some shady
they,
shit.
They thought we were up to some shady
Yeah.
shit because as far as they were concerned, it was impossible to fly without a PCR test. So we get
But
there.
we managed.
And they're like, yeah, where? I swear, I promise this is 100% accurate information.
From the tourist board themselves.
We are the only 2 people in the history of Sri Lanka, since this whole coronavirus thing started,
who have come into the country
come into
without
the
a
country
PCR
without
test.
PCR tests.
It's as simple as that. Only Jacob Louis and Aiden Louis can probably be capable of that. Like, genuinely, we oh.
So he tells us, he's like, look, I can't let you pass immigration.
Go talk to that guy.
Go talk to that guy.
We went to that guy.
Go talk to this guy.
We went
Basically,
to talk
we
to
had
that
to go
guy.
talk to a bunch of people. Eventually,
It was like a chain.
Yeah, eventually this guy from Qatar Airways came and he's like, how are you here without a PCR test? And I'm like, you let me come
Yeah.
here without a PCR test,
Really,
bro?
like Qatar yourself just let us in the plane. Like, what could we do? Say no, we need a PCR test. Like, especially if we
Yeah.
didn't know, you know. Like, anyways.
So we were like, hey, like obviously we were a lot nicer about this. It's the only reason we're here because
Actually,
we are nice and can deal with people.
We
but
talked to them calmly, you know. It got like a little bit heated, but then also he realized like it doesn't have to get so loud because we were. The only reason it got heated was because he started talking like, "Oh no, you know, it's not our fault" and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And he was like, he wasn't trying to blame it on us, but he was like, "What do we do now? There's nothing
Yeah.
we can do," you know.
Because
Like,
the issue with Sri Lanka is they've put this system in such a place that if you do end up here without a PCR test, you're fucked.
yeah,
Because
there's
they
no
have
possible way.
no testing facilities in the airport
Which
or
is-
nearby.
What the fuck? I mean, like, why not have a PCR test center in an
In the
international airport I mean, like, what the fuck are they thinking? Anyways.
So this is, by the way, at like 2 in the morning. We
Yeah.
had been traveling for 33 hours or something at
2:40,
that point.
yeah.
I tried calling my aunt because she's, you know, in this whole tourism business. Wasn't reachable. I tried calling my dad.
Our
Wasn't
cousin
reachable.
to
Our
wake up
cousin
our
to
aunt.
wake up our aunt. Wasn't reachable. It
We,
was just
we
like,
were on our own.
for whatever reason, it just seemed like there was no getting out of it at that point in time. They wouldn't let us go past. We brought our own antigen test. Aiden was like, hey, like the fact that they don't want us to take corona tests is kind of sketchy. So like, let's take antigen tests with us just in case they make an issue of it. So we did, but even then, wasn't good enough to get us through things just to get to our car to bring us back to the hotel.
Again, not just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's 6 in Jake's bag. We got 6 fucking tests, you know? We thought, why not bring it? You know, there's like, it was really shady that nobody told us that we should take a PCR test. But that's where the misunderstanding was, because we thought that's the rule. Once we land in Sri Lanka, we're gonna go in the taxi from the hotel itself, straight
from the airport.
From
the airport?
No,
straight
from
to
the hotel sent the taxi, you know? Straight from the hotel from the airport to the hotel, meeting nobody, and then we come to our room,
Quarantine.
people come here, take the test, we stay in the room till it comes negative. If it's positive, then we just stay in the room, or God knows what happens, but that's what we thought it was gonna be.
We understood.
That's what they told us.
That's what they told us. So we were stuck in the airport. Sri Lanka sleeps at night, so there was nothing going on. There was nobody there.
3
nobody
guys
to talk to. There were a couple of ladies sitting at the SIM card place, but otherwise there was nothing. And we are in Sri Lanka now.
That's right, boys.
Let's
go. Let's go. Look at this. It's
not actually moving, but we decided to use it anyway.
Alrighty guys, so this is the situation right now. We have arrived in Sri Lanka and they have given us a lot of fucking issues. You know, we were told by people, by the embassy in Germany itself, the Sri Lankan embassy in Germany, that we would need to book a hotel and do the PCR test in the hotel itself. But now we've arrived here and Qatar Airways said it was fine. Everybody else said it was fine, but the moment we landed here, they said it's not fine, that we need a corona test beforehand. And if everyone was already in the airplane that had a negative test, that obviously means that we're negative too. We're fully vaccinated. It's not like we're not vaccinated. I don't know why all I'm saying is I'm not paying $300 more for another PCR test. They can go shove it where the sun don't shine. Yeah, so that's where we're at. It's kind of frustrating. We're trying to keep our cool and figure things out, but yeah, that's where it is right now. So they literally told us that they might have to send us back all the way to Frankfurt, get a PCR test, and then Qatar, if they're lenient, if they think that it was actually their mistake, they'll send us back here. But they count us going back now as our return ticket. So at the end of the month, the return ticket would count as now us going back, which is it's all just a scam, you know. They just want money from us, you know. Sri Lanka is based on tourism, and Corona really screwed them over because they don't have any tourism anymore. So now they're just trying to make money wherever they can, and unfortunately people like us who are Sri Lankan and we would come here every year for vacation, we're getting screwed over, you know, and we're the only foreigners on the flight that came from Doha here. So they were like, you know what, let's just screw them over. And yeah, that's the situation right now. It's pretty fucked up, guys. So recommendation, if you're traveling to Sri Lanka and you want to have a peaceful time, fucking get a corona test before you come here, because they will screw you over, especially if you're a foreigner, you know. They're trying to be all like, let's stick by the law and shit, but like, nah, they really fucked us, and we have to sit here for like hours. And yeah, so my boy brought some food and some water, which is so dope. We just paid what? How much for that, bro?
Wait,
How much for that?
wait, I just want to ask them a question. How much do you think a pizza like this
Oh
costs?
shit. How much you guys think that costs? Let us know in the comment section.
You wanna know?
Tell them.
$17.
17 fucking dollars for this shit. So yeah, like I said, Sri Lanka is in a shithole right now, so they're just trying to make money wherever they can. And unfortunately, him and I just have to deal with it, so we'll fucking deal with it.
We're some of their first foreign victims, because we're the only dumb foreigners dumb enough to travel it. So we start playing the waiting game.
Yeah, you know, and just before that, the guy who told us he'll see what he can do, he really frightened us because he said at that point, he's like, we're gonna have to send you back.
Yeah.
But I'll go see what I can do.
Yeah.
And it's not like, he said it like, I'm doing you a favor. I'm gonna go see what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
And more like it's a favor, but you're gonna be going back to Frankfurt.
Yeah.
And then that second guy came. It was a different guy from Qatar. He came and he explained the two options which Jake just said.
Yeah.
But it was really scary, and the guy who was just a blessing from here, who helped us out with like everything, Mr. Pereira, he also said that Jake and him were texting, and he said that yeah, they might just send us back to Frankfurt.
Yeah, so while we were sitting in the airport and we have all this stuff going through our head, okay, we might be sent back to Frankfurt, we don't know if we're gonna get a test here, nobody's allowed in the airport or out of the airport, what do? I called this guy who had helped set up, who owns the hotel that we're staying at now, and I explained the situation to him, and he was genuinely the blessing who kind of like made all this work because he had the contacts. He had the contacts on the board, on the tourism board, on the airport board or whatever, and he made the calls necessary in order for us to be able to kind of have some coordination, because he didn't coordinate the test. It was the Qatar guy who got the people from the test center to come.
But he kind of got the people to nudge them to do it.
Yeah,
you know,
he kind of bugged everyone and called whoever he needed to. But yeah, thing is, eventually this guy from Qatar came and he's like, okay, so the person is ready to do you guys' tests.
By the way, this is like 4 hours.
Yes.
We waited a long fucking time.
We waited a long fucking time in the Sri Lankan airport. Eventually they took us to this dingy ass place under the airport somewhere. Roll the crib.
Awesome. Okay, so we finally have some good news. We're gonna go get a test done. So, which means we might be finally like out of here, so let's just see how it goes.
In Germany, they do it so. Guys, you know, I think she just raped my fucking nostrils. Like, in Germany, they do it so nice and slowly, you know, they do it like so gentle and shit, and she just like.
We got some shit stuffed off our nose. Eventually we were like, we got the test done. They took it to the lab or whatever, and like an hour and a half later after doing the test, which was really quick by the way, they usually take like 12-14 hours to do the tests.
Which is not necessary, it can be done fast, you know,
Yeah.
like, yeah, but they did it fast, which was nice, which was great, but it doesn't have to be 12 fucking hours long. But anyways,
They did the tests.
well, there's the proof that it doesn't take 12 hours.
Exactly, that it doesn't have to take that long.
Anyways.
Yeah, they did the test, took us, and we're like, okay, here are your results, now you can continue.
We were so excited to just get out. We left our pillows, man. Like, I was so happy with my pillow. I like took it everywhere, you know, it was so comfortable. I could just use it wherever. And we were just so ready to just get out and just go past immigration.
That we just
left them on the couch. Once we got past the immigration, we had to go one more thing before baggage, which we just got up. We were waiting in line for so long. We just got up, and then the guy's like, "Oh, did you fill this form? That this is on arrival form?"
Yeah.
We just looked at each other. We're like, "Dude, we've been here for like 8 hours. Nobody said just sign this form or fill this out, like nothing." And then he was like so chill. He was so nice. He was like, "Just go fill it out and please come back."
Yeah,
just
no
you know,
need to, like, wait
no
in
need
line
to wait
again.
in line, and everyone was chill about it. We just cut the line and they let us go. It was pretty chill. Let's fucking go, guys. We got our bags. They weren't shipped back to Qatar, and I mean Doha, and we weren't shipped back to Doha either. Or Frankfurt.
Finally
We had a
have our
corona
bags.
test. We have our super awesome bags, and we're gonna go now to our dope ass 5-star hotel to take another corona test, because that's what we're supposed to do. Let's go! Milo!
Now it's not
Perfect.
too cold.
Oh, it's
Thank
okay.
you.
Thank you
Perfect.
so much. Oh,
Let's
yes.
go.
Okay guys, check this out. We got some Milo. This is what our grandfather used to bring us whenever we came to Sri Lanka. So our awesome driver brought us some awesome Milo. Yeah. Let's go for it. Good shake. It's it's no longer plastic.
Now it's paper.
It's paper.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
Yeah, that's actually so nice.
Oh, it's just like I remember. Bro, you need to get one, bro. Go for it. Boom. Let's get Jake's reaction to it.
Bro, it's been ages since I've had one.
Oh yes. Perfect.
Oh, well, that's how it's supposed to be.
So we were traveling for a solid 48 hours
Yeah.
by the time we got to the hotel. We left Saturday night German time and got here Monday late afternoon.
Yeah. And you know, let me tell you guys something. It wasn't
48 hours.
it wasn't a very pleasant experience. You know,
that's what I wanted to come to. I wanted to say, like, I know we seem really good and everything
because
now,
that's just us.
but this trip was possibly one of the most stressful things I've had to deal with in my entire life, just for the simple fact that we couldn't do anything about it.
It was uncontrollable. It wasn't in our hands.
But I'll tell you guys something. The one thing that I live by, and I think every single person should live by, is the saying, it is what it is. Once you're able to say that and genuinely mean it
And understand it.
yeah, and just accept that once something's gone a certain way, there's nothing you can do to change it. It is what it is. And
But
like
you can
Aiden said,
choose
that's what.
you can choose how you can handle it, right? Whether you want to be positive about it or whether you want to be negative about it. And to be honest, there's no necessary reason to be negative about it. You can be upset. It is completely okay to be upset about shit. Like, of course, him and I, when we were in the airport, we weren't like, oh yes, we didn't get our PCR test, let's be fucking happy. No, you know, like, we were pissed off. It was a shitty fucking moment. But we weren't like, oh fuck, what are we gonna do? You know, like, the world's gonna end. We were just like, you know, if they send us back, you know, put us in fucking first class, we'll sleep the entire way there to Frankfurt, get the PCR test and come back in first class sleeping. You know, we were very happy to do that as well.
That's what we took the positive out of it. And even while this was happening, I'm like, there must be some reason that everything's gonna work out the way it's gonna work out, because I also believe that everything does work out the way it works out for a fucking reason.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Everything.
for whatever reason, that 6-hour delay happened, but that's all it was. You know, it was just a 6-hour delay, and now we're doing what we would have been doing just 6 hours later.
And we don't know what would have happened in those 6 hours if we had our PCR test and we went through.
Yeah, like,
There are so many things that could
for
have happened.
whatever reason, the crazy unlikeliness that we got into the country without having a PCR test.
The only 2 people.
That's what, and we didn't leave with those, like, we didn't leave the airport at that time, changed what could have potentially been our future. Like, I don't want to bring in any bad karma or anything, but let's just say hypothetically, if we had gone those 6 hours before, it was dark,
Driver must have been tired.
Driver must have been tired, he didn't sleep in the car. I'm just saying, these are certain things that could have led to a different outcome.
Played in the role. Yeah.
And for that reason, I say it is what it is, and I'm just gonna do what I can from now to make sure that the outcome is better.
Yeah.
And that brings us to where we are now. We're both in a good mood, we've eaten, and
Made some dope clips.
We're gonna enjoy the shit out of this hotel for the few days that we're here.
Yeah.
So,
What's the lesson you learned from this? Always get a PCR test before traveling.
fucking PCR test! But we're gonna be in Sri Lanka now, at least for a month. No, for a month. And we're gonna be filming a lot and making a lot of videos, so, hey.
Dang! you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
So let's ride.